Hello guys. In this video I've taken a topic residential status from income tax. A very important concept. In the beginning of income tax, the basics will be starting with this residential status. Now you'll be thinking that why this residential status is important. See, in a simple meaning, I'll just convey what is the meaning of residential status. The residential status of SSC means, see, it is the scope of total income of an SSC and it is determined with reference to the residence in India in the previous year. This is the basic scope of the total income of an SSC. Now, I've not mentioned all these things over here just to know that what is residential status, why it is being done. I'm just explaining in this video. Okay. Now, residential status of an SSC is also determined with reference to the residence in the previous year, and the incidence of tax, it has got no connection to do with the citizenship of this residential status. Okay. Now here, another important thing what you have to remember is that an Indian can be a non-resident and a foreigner may be a resident for income tax purposes. That is why this residential status we are studying it. Now, the residence of a person may change from year to year, but citizenship cannot be changed every year. So this is a very important concept which we have to remember while doing this residential status. So here I have taken a very simple problem on our residential status. I'll just read it across, and in this video again I have explained like what are the basic conditions. Why you'll be thinking who is not knowing what is the basic condition. For that purpose I have written it as well as the additional conditions too. Okay, so we'll just see the question. Mr. Ram, an Indian citizen, leaves India for the first time on 31st May 2014 and comes back on 15th May 2017. He again leaves India on 10th June 2018 to come back on 14th January 2019. He is living in India since then. Determine the status for the previous year 2018-19. So this is a very simple question they're given, but we have to work it out. Adjustments are there too. Now, the moment you have to see the write down like when he is coming back, when he is living, that all better write and keep it so that it will be easy for doing a problem. Okay. Now, coming to the determination of residential status. Why I have written means that you should know what are the conditions. So, you have written that, see, the following categories which classify residential status of an individual are resident, not ordinary resident, as well as a non-resident. Now, what is the basic condition? We'll just see. To be studied means that we have to study this, otherwise we won't be able to do the problem. So what is under resident? What are the basic condition? Now, what is the first condition is that it should be and this is actually coming under the section 6. Okay, section 6 you'll be studying it. I've not mentioned the section because if ever you forget it, it'll be a problem. Got it? So section 6, that is the condition. I'm just reading it out. He should stay in India for a year is 182 days or more. That means during the previous year he should be staying in India for 182 days or more during the relevant previous year. Second condition is that stay in India for the immediately preceding year is 365 days or more and 60 days or more in the relevant previous year. So this is another condition which we are seeing for a ordinary resident. So first one is 182. Second is this 365 or 60. And for this 60 again there is a condition that we have to remember is that if ever that person, that is it is actually you'll see it like exceptions. So exception for that 60 days. What are the exception means that if that individual is a citizen of India and he is living in India for any other purpose of employment, that is outside India if he is going, instead of this 365 days, we will be taking the 60 days. So in the question we have to see that if he is living in India for any other further employment. So if that is given, then 365 we won't take, we will take 60 days. Okay, that is the first exception. Second is that if he is an Indian citizen or a foreign national of Indian origin who is living outside India and he comes on a visit to India in the previous year. If these two things is being mentioned in anywhere in your question, then we have to take 60 days instead of the 365 days. These are the exceptions to the above rule of 60 days. Okay. So that is what I just mentioned here also. Note for 60 days in the second condition. I mentioned only the employment. I have not mentioned the second condition, that is he is an Indian citizen or a foreign national of Indian origin who is living outside India. That I have not mentioned it, but you can just keep it in your mind. Now what are your additional condition to be satisfied? Now that also I've explained it. If an individual qualifies as a resident, the next step is to determine if he or she is a resident, ordinary resident or an RNOR. He will be resident, ordinary resident if he meets both the following conditions. This is also coming under section 6 of 6. Okay, this is also section 6, subsection 6. First one is that he has been a resident of India in at least 2 out of 10 years immediately the previous year. So we should see that like proceeding backwards, we have to see that whether he is continuously residing for 2 years out of the 10 years. Now second is that he has stayed in India for at least 730 days in 7 immediately previous year. So these are the 4 basic conditions which we have to see. First one is your basic condition and these are the additional condition. If this is also satisfied only, we have to check whether he is satisfied. We will be coming to a conclusion. Okay, so this is for studying purpose I mentioned it. Now we'll come across the problem that I have written over there.